at the Dunsmore House.
Yes,
Love
we
that.
are.
Yes,
Oh.
boom shakalaka, old clock in Waterloo, so you know what time it is.
That's right. And it's another Friday. It's a great day. Every day is a great day to just be here, isn't it?
I agree.
Right. And we just want to welcome everyone for joining us today, Miss Rocki and Chaveevah Live, because it's always something good going on the North End.
Yes, and today something good is somebody named Mr. Matt Gilbert. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for joining me and welcoming me back. I appreciate that, everyone. Excited to share a little bit more. So let's get into it.
Okay,
Awesome.
yes.
And we're talking about something good. This is somebody great. This is Mr. Greatness
Mr.
himself,
Greatness.
Chaveevah.
That's what I heard.
Awesome.
Hey.
And we get it right here on our show. We got so much good stuff had to ask you, to talk to you about. We're so excited about what you're doing in our community with us and others. We've been watching you.
Okay.
In fact, I looked you up and looked up Mr. Greatness, and your picture came up.
That's awesome. You're doing a good job. We'll be
He
trending.
is-
you go.
exactly, Mr. Greatness. All right, well, again, welcome. And we're just so glad to have Matt on the show, as well as talk about all the good things that are happening on the North End.
Always, all the time. Yes.
Exactly. Happy Hanukkah to those people that observe the Hanukkah, the Jewish holiday, Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. So-
Oh, that's what it's called? Okay, I've heard of it. I'm sure most people have heard of it, but I don't really know. I guess I need to look more just to see what all that involves, because I think holidays that are celebrated by other people are interesting, even though I'm not a real big celebrator of stuff. We were just talking about that earlier.
Oh no, Chaveevah don't even hardly observe her birthday. So all you people that wish Chaveevah happy birthday, thank you
Happy
so
birthday.
much.
Oh,
Hey.
yes. I could not let that slide, though, even though I'm not a big celebrator of stuff. Everybody
Yes.
showed me so much love on Facebook for my birthday, and it's appreciated and made me feel special.
Good.
So, hey.
You are special.
All right.
Right, and it does, doesn't it? Even though I wasn't, but the older I get, the more I like it, all the attention, so
all right.
it makes
Yeah.
you feel real special. We
Yeah.
want to remind our viewers to stay tuned. We have a drawing today for the $25 gift certificate from downtown Waterloo. Jessica Rucker
Yeah.
called us up and wanted us to participate in that. And so we chose some special people to go in our drawing that were doing what makes them awesome by.
That's right, Rocky. I mean, sometimes people, whenever we put a birthday post, sometimes people will come on and say thank you or happy birthday or something, and it's not their birthday. They're just acknowledging other people. So that's, again, something that just makes you feel important, like somebody's thinking about you.
Right. So you people that are encouraging other people on their birthdays, we put you in a drawing. So we want you to make sure that you go shopping in downtown Waterloo at those small businesses.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and Matt knows all about that. Also, we want to apologize for our Zoom shakalaka yesterday. Were you all ready for it?
I was ready.
I know.
I was ready.
We had some big heavy hitters too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had who was it? The Chief Fitzgerald. Chastity was going to come on, and Big Q, the
Oh,
clothing store
yeah.
guy. So, but I had a family emergency, and for those of you who know me, please keep my godmother, Ella Griggs, in your prayers. She suffered a setback medically, and but she's doing well today. They took her off the ventilator, and thank goodness COVID is not involved. So those of you who know Miss Ella, please keep her in your prayers and support us that way, because there's a lot of going on.
Absolutely.
So many families affected, and this year has been so hard on so many
Yeah,
families.
so many.
Yeah, so how are you staying safe at home?
Yeah,
or-
definitely social distancing, wearing a mask everywhere. I'm still making it to the gym, but I'm still wearing a mask there, doing the best that I can to just try to keep a sense of personal well-being in this time, keeping myself and my family safe. So it's been tough, but we're ending 2020 with a boom shakalaka, and there's no better way to do it.
There you go.
There you go.
That's right.
And that's looking forward to bigger, better things in 2021,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So make sure tonight, Matt, after we get done talking to you, we're going to be at Big Q's store on Dane Street.
Oh yeah.
And so we're going to have our big India's Friday runway there in a very socially distant situation. Historic's big enough where we can actually sit on one side of the room, Chaveevah, you know, kind of like the judge on America's Got Talent.
All right, that sounds good.
We will be sitting there and watching the beautiful models show off big Q stuff at 6:30 tonight. So make sure you watch it. We're going to look for you.
Okay.
All right. All right, we got Waterloo Proud History Moment, Chaveevah.
Yes, absolutely.
And the first person that answers this will win a copy of In Due Time by Chaveevah Banks Ferguson.
Oh, all right. Thank you. During the 80s, what Waterloo couple partnered with the UAW Local 838 and the former John Deere Community Credit Union, okay, to organize and serve a free community Thanksgiving meal that still goes on to this day?
Wow. We love this Waterloo Proud couple. The first people, you can jump on Google. It's easy nowadays, you know. That should be easy enough to search.
Yeah, just put forth a little effort and you'll learn something about Waterloo history and win 25 big ones at the same time.
That's right. So, no, not 25 big ones. They get a copy of In Due Time.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's coming right out of her paycheck, right? Okay, and we got to apologize. Our producer just told me that somebody, I won't say who, must have been Matt, is his fault. We like to point fingers, right? But we're not on the North End Update page. We're on the Jocelyn page. So anybody looking for the show on the North End Update page, go to Jocelyn, M.H. Johnson. They're pretty much all the same friends. But we are on Rocki and Chaveevah. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Agnes.
Yikes. Well,
okay.
We'll talk about
Matt, you
that
got to
later.
try harder.
Hey, I got a watch party going, so all my people out there,
Okay.
share. Please share.
Yes, watch, like, and share. So we got some winners from last week. Oh, we got a drawing coming up
yeah,
for
we
those
do.
people. And talk about our winners from last week.
Yes,
Tell Matt who won.
Okay, our last week winners were Chanel Berry and Betty Galloway Diedrich because they answered last week's question about Nicole Hannah-Jones, who actually spoke yesterday during a Zoom meeting, I think, for International Human Rights Day, a webinar. Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations to both of them.
Yes. Do you know them?
I believe so. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Chanel.
Do you? Okay,
Yeah, good
yeah.
stuff,
And
yeah.
Chanel's recovering from a surgery too. So yeah, we want to wish her a get well
Yeah.
soon. And we love you, Nellie.
Mm-hmm.
And Ed, I don't know if you have are you tuned in to, that's why you couldn't find North End Update. But do we have any comments, do you think? Maybe you could look for that.
And Agnes is watching your page.
Okay, thank you. So people, make sure you look for that Waterloo Proud History Moment. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Matt Gilbert, what's new.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited today to share a little bit about the work that I've been doing, but more importantly about the ecosystem that we've been really starting to create here in the Cedar Valley. You know, it was just announced 2 days ago that Waterloo is still ranking pretty high on the 24/7 Wall Street report as one of the worst places for black families and black businesses. And so I feel like there's a need to really want to echo a lot of the great work that's going on that maybe didn't make that publication. And so I'm excited for the work that we're doing with Iowa Core. And Iowa Core is the Iowa Center for Opportunity, Resources, and Equity. It's an organization that I founded to really help sort of bridge the gaps between advocacy and really procuring resources for minority-led businesses and institutions. And we're excited to be working with groups like the 24/7 Black, there's a UNI, and there's a lot of great work that's going on here locally. And so one of the cool projects that we really sort of centered our efforts around this summer and this fall was the Wheel Rose Project. And the Wheel Rose Project,
Yeah, we're going to get
we'll
to
get
that.
to that? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
we're going to get to that because I saw, I know you've invested in the North End Update. You bought a sponsorship, and we certainly appreciate that.
That sponsorship was courtesy of CUNA Mutual Group and their corporate social responsibility team because
wow.
they believe heavily in the Cedar Valley, and they want to make sure that they can continue to invest in media organizations like yourselves that are really helping to bring the news, the information, and connecting with communities that oftentimes get marginalized when it comes to entertainment and information.
Wow, we got to shout out
you.
CUNA Mutual,
Yes.
and that means we shouting
Exactly.
out Sharina Salas.
Yes,
Awesome.
the
For sure,
magnificent Sharina. Yes,
awesome. Thank
yes,
you. Yeah.
indeed. And thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yes.
And also, we've been watching you at Royal Legacy. You've
Yeah.
also invested in their promotion as
Yeah.
well. And we know they're doing that High Five Friday, Chaveevah.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
absolutely. The High Five Fridays, where you're actually able to give the students a high five by donating $5 or more. That helps support them with all the various programs that they have going on at Royal Legacy. Most people, we've mentioned it before, and we mention it again, the Spanish immersion program that they have. That's the only one in the city, isn't it?
Yes, and they're also enrolling for their Legacy Littles. So make sure you get your little into that Legacy, Royal Legacy, because it's a beautiful program, and they're looking for preschoolers before, anybody, I think from infant to kindergarten, but make sure you contact them at rlcawaterloo.org and make sure that you get your kids enrolled there. Affordable, Christian, Christ-centered education.
Christ Center. And again, as I shared before, when the kids anointed and put their hands on me and prayed for me, my heart just opened up. And so that lets me know that there's a lot of great blessings going on in the school.
That's right, yes. And we also want to talk about Daquan. You know Daquan Campbell. He got a new show on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think it's on Facebook, maybe Instagram too, but it's called, are you familiar with it?
Just a tad bit. Just a
Okay,
tad bit.
well, it's called Wind Down with Daquan. So, yes, and so we're
I'll drink to
thinking
that.
that we'll probably be a
Cheers.
guest we'll probably be a guest on Daquan's show.
That's
Maybe one of
awesome.
your first guests, Daquan, seriously.
Yeah.
Yep, hint, hint.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as he moves up the
Yeah.
ranks, he'll probably
Yeah.
forget about us people
No.
on the bottom here.
He won't, but
No.
I definitely want to give a shout out to him and his family right now. They're going through quite a
Oh,
bit.
that's
There's
right.
been a
Thank
death in
you,
their
man.
family,
Oh,
so
no,
that's why he
sorry.
wasn't able to join me today. But just a prayer out to his family. Keep him in your prayers for sure.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that. All right. India's Friday runway, we already talked about that tonight at 6:30. And last week we had a great time. Did you check where we are now, floating in the air? We're still floating from being inside that house.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, you had the councilman in there. That was a really great experience. My first time actually getting a chance to actually see inside the Dunsmore house and just continue to learn more and more about the work that home and that legacy really offers us in our community. So really hoping that we can continue to strengthen our cultural connections here in Waterloo.
Yep, I mean, obviously the place needs work, but it's pretty amazing to see how sound the structure is when you walk around there and look at the, how, and so spacious too, because on the outside it looks like it's small, but when you go in, there's, I don't know, it's just seemed to grow once you get inside.
I just, I've been at home since. Just imagining the house full of furniture or actually housing a family and what went on in the house, on a daily basis. Just a beautiful structure. I certainly hope that someone saw the show and decided to invest and make that a beautiful something on the corner there.
Museum, cultural
garden,
center.
you can have a community garden, so many things. So we want to remind everybody that there's a global pandemic out there. I don't think we need to remind people.
I know, yeah.
Has
But
it
encourage them.
affected?
Yeah, it's affected so many Iowans. We continue to stay at the top of the numbers when it comes to COVID-related cases, and unfortunately, every county in Iowa has seen a COVID-related death. So definitely take it serious and do your best to protect yourself and your family. Wear a mask, keep the hand hygiene, continue to wash your hands
That's
as
right,
much as you
man.
can. Those are going to be some really great things to help protect you.
Absolutely.
That's right. And also, we're wearing masks, but of course, we are sitting far enough apart. And we have a big studio here, and we're so glad to be here and not, confined in a small space. But if you are, that's what's wrong, because people are coming inside.
Right,
And,
right.
it's cold. It's raining and snowing, Matt. out there, so we got to be careful. We talked about the Friday runway. I keep saying that over and over. But we got Travis and Catherine, his fiance, are going to start having a Zoom show on Fridays under our North End Update.
Oh, that's
Title
awesome.
II.
Yes, offering us some fashion tips and
Yes.
latest and greatest.
That's
That'll
awesome.
be nice, yeah.
And that is so exciting. She does a lot with fashion, and it's nice having a young woman like that in the family.
Yeah.
Not Chastity's cool too, but she's into fashion and design. So I love
Good.
getting tips from Catherine, and of course Travis will always be welcome. Okay, we got to give it air now. You know we got to give it air, Chaveevah.
Yes, because when
But
you
you
give
know
it
what?
air,
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
when you give it air, that's, what is it, exposure is sometimes the best disinfectant. You just got to put it out there.
That's
Right?
right. And we plan on doing that, but I think Ed has comments. I get ahead of myself.
Oh, that's fine.
Thank you, Ed.
If I can get that. We just got one comment from
Okay.
Betty Galloway Diedrich. She says, thanks for the shout out. We'll pick up my mug as soon as I am able.
Oh,
All right,
all
Betty.
right. And Betty, you know I can bring it to you too. So just let me know. So yeah, our subject today is we're talking about social symbols that have been, played out overdue. Like for example, the Confederate statues and things that have been taken down because of their, just not being appropriate in this day and time. And 2020 has been a year of reckoning where we can all rethink, what racial systemic racism is. So it starts at that core, where those symbols are, because they're just so out there and they've been seen for so many years that sometimes it's time to change them. And a lot of people have been doing that.
Yeah, one that, living here in Waterloo, I'm sure you've heard. One bone of contention has really been the Griffin. And while the Griffin was actually, the current Griffin symbol was voted out in the Waterloo City Council, there's also been sort of a movement to present a,
Alternate Griffin?
Yes, repackaged image of the Griffin. And I guess that raises the question, what exactly are you trying to do as far as if the Griffin itself is the issue and it's supposed to be gone, then the effort to repackage it, what really goes into the reconciliation that you're trying to make with the community? If it's
Right. The
Yeah.
black community per se, if it's offending someone, then why would you, I don't understand. If that's the real problem, then why don't we address it, is what I guess I'm saying, is my thing. If your aim is to better your relationship with the black community and the black community says that this is offensive, can you imagine why they would just even the option of having another Griffin would be?
Yeah, I would really center around, specifically when it comes to cultural, intellectual property, or when it comes to just cultural representation. I do think that it's important to make sure that you can create a sense of belonging by also making sure that you center equity within the process, right? And so just getting folks involved is one thing, but it's not enough, right? And so when I think of equity, I think of us really wanting to have ownership as well as justice, right, in the process. And so if there is an issue, those issues need to be brought to the right sources and the discussion needs to be had, right?
Right.
And really when it comes to the decision-making process, right, who gets to decide, that is where I feel like we have an opportunity to really rally around equitable principles, specifically when it relates to some of those historic harms that the African-American community has maybe felt from the symbol, as well as where do we want to be in the next 10, 20 years? Because we don't want to have to continue to do this process over and
Right,
over.
and
Yeah.
our children are going to be growing up with the same problem if it isn't changed, I feel, And ownership, I understand I have good friends that have police department, family, and that they feel really adamant about keeping the Griffin. So
There was
it's a hard situation.
someone just shared a recent post with me that really talked about police training down in Tennessee, I believe, and there was actually a swastika in the training program. And so those sorts of things are just really oversight, and we can't really allow in 2021 for those things to kind of go unaddressed. And so if we have an opportunity to have the conversation, let's do it. But let's continue to move it toward a meaningful experience where we're starting to build bridges with some of the historic harms that African Americans has felt, as well as where we want to be as a community going forward and what the role of the police will be here in Waterloo.
Yes.
And the bottom line is it's not the Griffin itself. The Griffin is not going to automatically and magically bring about policy changes, but an unwillingness to actually dispense with that does have something to say, or it makes you wonder about what kind of policy changes are actually bound to happen if you're not even willing to, recognize that.
And just to be clear, we're not in favor of the submissive puppy either.
Right.
Sarcastically, just wanted to make sure that that's out there too. We do want a nice label badge for that everybody can be proud and happy about, which is not going to happen, but that's what we want. Yes, indeed.
So we gave that some air.
We gave it some air because exposure is the best disinfectant, and we know I am so tired of the Griffin. I'll be glad when it's all solved and gone away, figured out.
And the policy changes that then proceed with it. That's what I'm looking forward to.
So much more important, exactly. Okay, so next week we're going to talk about that Black Capital of Iowa business link and why there seems to be objection to it in the community. We've seen some negative comments.
Yeah.
But just like in our negative comments, we used to do a segment called We Ain't Fitna Talk About That. I don't know if you know, but we're going to talk about the word fitna because we exchanged that with hashtag AAV.
AAV, what does it mean? African American vernacular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spell fitna.
FINNATA.
Okay. Okay, see, that's debatable. But the word is fixing too. For those of you who don't know, hopefully you all do.
See, and even fixing too is like what finna really means. I'm getting ready to do whatever.
But it just rolls
I'm
off the tongue in
fixing
the
to.
Black household every day.
Finna.
Right. Maybe.
It
Maybe
just-
not.
it
You're
just
the
shows our-
attorney.
It just shows our power of creativity, where it just doesn't allow ourselves to limit ourselves to just the oppressor's language. We've created our own sense of communication. Oral history has been a part of our ancestry for such a long time. So it's something to celebrate as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And that's why we like our new hashtag, so we can kind of familiarize and fun-lovingly talk about our colorful roots.
Right. It's part of our experience in the diaspora. Anywhere you go, you're going to find African people who have made-up words or whatever like that that fit into the language that you speak where you are. Whether
Yes.
that's in Brazil or South.
The Gullah Geechee
Yes,
language.
yeah,
I
yes,
love
Geechee.
that.
Southern,
Love that. Okay, we got some shout-outs. Who you want to shout out to, Matt?
I'd like to first shout out some of our sponsors, specifically for the We Arose project. It was a really great effort. I'd like to shout out CUNA Mutual, as I mentioned before, CUNA Mutual Group, as well as the Leidy Foundation, as well as the Community Foundation in Northeast Iowa. They really believed in the project and really felt that it would be a meaningful opportunity for Waterloo to really continue to get engaged and to continue to build its servant leadership. And so I'm really excited. That would be my shout outs for today, our donors.
Awesome. Great. I want to shout out to my new friend, Lonnie Gilson. She's so nice. She bought an antique lamp from me, and I met her, and she'd watched our show already. So we just want to shout out to you, Lonnie. Thank you for your support. Also, James Jackson, Chaveevah, he gave you a birthday wish that wouldn't quit.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
I
It
know.
makes you feel like you have something to live up to. You can't just be out there in the street and be out there bad. You got to represent.
That's
Represent.
right.
So
That's
thank you for
Love
that. for that
James
shout out,
Jackson,
James.
yes, and also Pampered Braided Girl Pampering Services gift box. Make sure you go there on Facebook and look them up because she has some great gifts. For $10, she's got a $20 box and a $10 box, and they're full of things that are good for pampering. So yeah, you could probably order one for like a beard
Oh, yeah.
situation.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's a lot of. I know you do everything to that beard, don't you? Because it looks all conditioned
Yeah,
and
little
yeah.
TLC.
Yeah, well,
little
yes,
TLC.
well cared for.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. Lulit has some really great products.
There you
Lulit
go.
Hair Essence.
Yes.
She's
All
got
right.
some really great products for beards.
Yes, shout out to Lulitz. Okay, so we got a shout out to our wonderful crew. Yes, Rosie Daniels.
yes.
Got a shout out to our wonderful crew, Ed and Agnes, because we love you so much.
Yay.
Ed, yay, Agnes. And we love you so much that we wanted to give you this wonderful Boom Shakalaka face masks. Ed? What did he say? He said, I don't want one. He whispered to Agnes. No, he didn't. Can you grab them there, dear? Bless you. And make a little speech to all the people, Ed, because you're so awesome.
He's
Say
like,
hi.
look, you got me on camera.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing all you do, girl, down here, ladies. We appreciate it.
Oh,
Okay.
bless you.
Thank
See,
you,
that
Ed.
was the best speech he could have ever made.
All right.
Congratulations, Ed and Agnes, for being so awesome.
All the time. Yes.
We love it down here at City Hall. You know all about the Soul Town.
Yeah, really great work there and a great tribute to our community locally and connecting us with the greater diaspora. I really am appreciative of the work that their team has been doing in Soul Town.
Sharika Ba. And let's see the new one, Chaveevah. Can you hold it
The
up? Or I don't know if is that the
Okay,
new one?
this is the latest one I have so
Yes.
far.
Okay.
So I will just say that. This is the latest one I have so far.
Yes.
And like I said, it's awesome that this issue is putting an emphasis on building literacy with our children. You know, and the opportunity is there because they're at home. More so now than, in normal times. I mean, this is our new normal. And so us keeping up with it and making sure that we instill those sorts of things into our children is, a great benefit. So.
Yeah, literacy is definitely a key to well-being, and it's really important to make sure that we continue to encourage literacy, both financial as well as technical literacy, whether it's reading or otherwise, in our schools as well as in our homes. So I'm really proud of the work that they've been doing, pulling that together.
Yes, they even included some of the writing project kids. I mean, in their publications
Okay,
before.
yes,
So
for sure,
that's
yeah.
always a great thing to include children. So make sure you get your copy of the Soul Town, and you can watch North End Update there as well. And you can see Derek Holmes. Look at him, hometown. He's going to be on our show soon.
Okay.
But go to the Soul Town magazine. Right, Chaveevah?
Yes.
.com.
Yep, thesoultownmagazine.com.
That's right. And you get a free face mask that says Soul Town when you do that. Now, Mr. Magnificent Great Man.
I use
Actually,
that one.
AKA Mr. Greatness.
There you go.
Talk about the projects, and I think you left off at We Arose.
Yeah, so We Arose We Arose is a cooperative project, and what we were able to do this year with 4 weeks in the harvest season is literally feed almost 20 families with fresh produce. We hosted a weekly delivery service, which allowed for us to deliver almost 600 pounds of fresh produce,
Wow.
specifically to the 4th Ward, specifically to the Walnut neighborhood, because the USDA defines that neighborhood as a food desert.
desert.
Oh,
And when you
wow.
think about COVID and you think about all the social distancing, we found that there were a lot of families that were really in need and had food shortages. And so we found a really cool way through both bicycling to really deliver fresh produce in a really meaningful way. And I'd just like to shout out DeQuan Campbell, him and his team, for the work that they've done, because we were also able to organize some neighborhood stands and some other connections with UNI's local food program, the Waterloo Main Street, as well as some of our Waterloo farmers markets. So we really hope to kind of scale the program going forward and continuing to make sure that families in need don't have food needs, and that we can make sure that we're putting healthy foods in our bodies.
That's right.
I know that sounds wonderful. And well, you know, we can have a whole conversation about DeQuan, period, and all the wonderful things he's done to vitalize the farmers market.
Yeah.
And he ran and was successful. He is,
Yes.
what is he? You know,
Yeah.
Let's give him a hand.
Black Hawk
Great
County
job.
4-H representative.
Oh,
Yes.
we love that. We love that, yes. But just one more quick note on
Yeah.
that. You said bicycling. Who was you riding a bike?
I'll be out there riding the bike. We
Okay.
actually were able to connect with the Waterloo Bicycle Collective.
Oh,
and so we
with
were
Pat
really,
Morrissey
with
and
Pat
our
Morrissey
friends
those
Heidi
guys.
and Greg.
So we kind of got a little bit more to sort of plan and really make it a real seamless delivery process. But what we were able to work on was really being able to allow folks to go online. They were able to purchase food literally in a shopping cart virtually. And so we just provided just a really great experience and a really great community engagement opportunity that we want to continue going forward.
and when we talked before, us three, you made mention of some other collaborations with that basically kind of help provide some employment opportunities for young people. The YES program at Jesse Cosby Center.
Yeah, and so we were able to partner with a couple other groups as well. The YES program, they provided over 20 students throughout the summer that just really gave us a chance to do a lot more of our infield work, as well as Back to Basics, which is also a youth empowerment program, and Michael Robinson and the work that he's been doing to make sure youth have life skills. And so it's been a really powerful connection, both in the field as well as being able to connect in the sort of learning and in classroom experience. And so we just were able to sort of plant a seed right now, and we really hope to continue to see that fruit blossom.
Wow. Isn't it great
I
having
know.
Mr. Greatness on our show?
Yes, indeed.
It's so wonderful whenever you show up, and we certainly appreciate your support of the North End Update. And we are going to be having him on a little more often because he's one of our sponsors, and we just, and look at Agnes is always so good
There
with
you
the
go,
graphics.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Agnes. You see, that's why we have to bring him a gift every week now, Chaveevah. They are amazing.
And that'll be great for an opportunity for you to keep us and the rest of the community updated on what things are going on.
Really great.
Good
Love to
things.
come back. I just enjoy engaging with your audience and you lovely ladies. It's awesome.
Oh, go
Aw,
on.
Yep.
No, really, go on.
Go on. Yeah.
Okay, listen, I had to jot down Basil Pizza because when you said riding the bicycles, you need to get Basil Pizza to ride along with you when you're doing these deliveries, see? And then people can have pizza and they can sprinkle fresh vegetables all over.
Great idea.
Right,
go.
thought of it right here. We love that guy that rides on the Basil Pizza truck at the farmer's market, which was, I'm sure Daquan knows him. Y'all good hooked up with
Oh yeah.
him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We work with.
Okay. And Basil Pizza has good pizza too. And now, Matt, a lot of our viewers just stayed tuned so they could hear you sing.
Oh, we did that last time,
We
and I
did
saw the ratings. They dropped. they dropped.
I think Ed was humming along. That was the problem
Yeah, that's
then.
probably what I'm best
Well,
at
we
doing
got
is
we
humming.
giving you a solo today. No.
Okay.
He's
We
so-
are the world.
Okay,
That's what I'm gonna sing.
there we go. Okay, we got some great birthday people today. Our list, like always, has the most amazing people, and one of them is Chaveevah Banks Ferguson. Happy birthday to you, bestie.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, and of course we have your Gemini twin for how many days?
Well, actually, my brother and I, we are 364 days apart.
Oh,
So
my
on his
word.
birthday, we're the same age. Then the next day, when my birthday, I just pick the year right back up.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to your Gemini twin, Philip Banks. Also, one of my mentors, Carol Ma Gibbs. I promise you, if I would have never met this woman, I would not be sitting here talking today. She was our drama coach,
Oh,
speech
wow.
teacher, and
Okay.
gave me confidence to actually do public speaking. So, Ma Gibbs, happy birthday, and I just love you, along with all the rest of our drama class and classmates. All right, Astor Williams, Emily Stowe, yeah, we got Astor, and we got Walter Riley, Chaveevah.
Yes, yes, we do. We have my daughter-in-love, Shanika Housey, Claudia Robinson, Michael Frank Hopkins, Pat Morrissey. Happy birthday, Pat.
Yes.
Swada, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but you know we love you. Swada Hoxa.
Yes.
In Germany.
I know, she's our Germany viewer. She keeps up with
Yes.
us, and we actually talk. We're pen pals.
Yeah.
Good.
It
Yeah.
is good. Crystal Kennedy, my cousin, my baby
birthday,
cousin. Happy
All
birthday,
Crystal.
Crystal. I know. And Galisa, we still got your cowboy hats from the heyday.
Right, when they had some kind of Wild West. No, not Wild West.
Right.
What
It was
it?
fun.
But it was fun.
They had
yeah.
real horses there. Okay.
Okay.
Galisa, I got your hats. Okay, Aja Agbese, our girl Aja, we love her so much. And happy birthday to Sherelle Bishop.
Yes.
And now I know that everybody's been waiting to hear Matt sing, but me and Chaveevah got this little back and forth thing. I think we started it when you came, and it goes something like this, Chaveevah.
Something like this.
And I'm sure you would agree
It couldn't fit more perfectly
than to have a world party.
on the day you came to be.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
All
Woo,
right.
I sang that
And
like
that's all
I
she
Oh,
wrote.
good.
But Matt, you really did not sing loud enough. He was trying to hide behind us, Chaveevah.
I'm a good background dancer.
See?
Oh, you want
Yeah.
to dance now.
Oh,
See,
okay.
you gotta have it
Yeah.
back.
See, chair dancing is cool too.
There you go.
But
I
I
was
sing
rocking. I
loud
was
because
rocking.
that suggests confidence
Oh.
of a good singer, even if I'm not a good singer. All right.
But you are. Just like everything else she does.
She's
That
talented.
well, she
She's
is.
multi-talented.
All right.
Exactly. Well, you know, it's been another great show.
Yes, absolutely.
And we didn't do our drawing. We got to do our drawing
That's right.
because I know so many people would. We're going to let Matt do it since
All
you're
right.
sitting the closest.
Okay.
And we're going to ask, what is the prize? Oh, the $25 downtown Waterloo.
That's right.
Main Street, Waterloo. Wait, Matt, we're going to do the drum roll now.
Okay.
Don't jump
Get
the
it.
gun.
Get it.
Okay, so we got $25 gift card from Jessica Rucker in Main Street, Waterloo. And the winner is...
Da-da-da-da-da.
Aja.
Aja Agbese.
Yes,
All
what a
right.
great person to
Yeah.
win. All
Awesome.
right. Thank you so much, Aja. Well, good. I'm so happy. And Jessica Rucker will hook you up,
Oh,
Aja,
yeah.
and we'll see you downtown shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shop on Saturday downtown. There's a
That's
few
right.
more Saturdays left. Please, there's a lot of great businesses down there.
Yes, those pop-up shops.
Yeah.
And the regular stores. You got
Regular
the Ivy
stores, too,
Trellis
yes.
and a bunch of other neat stuff down there. Eat lunch, make a shopping day of it.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and thank you so much, Matt, for being here. Look forward to hanging out with you real soon.
I'll be back.
again.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Awesome. And
right.
keep doing what makes you awesome, more of it, like Matt.
Yes, most definitely, because it makes us all look good.
Good.
All right.
Thank
Till
you.
next
Right.
time. Stay apart, right?